I've got the spindle mounted here. Uh, got access to the switch in front, which would be good in case I need to shut down here soon, or under emergency situations. What I'd like to do is sometime in the future install a solid state relay that would activate and deactivate off the 12 volt feeding the motor drivers, so that when I turn this off it will turn off the spindle. But that would be in the future. I think it'd be a good feature to have, just as a safety precaution in case something goes wrong, or who knows. So I repositioned the camera to get a better view of the machine as it cuts. I still need to establish that 0-0. There's two ways I can do this. I can cut power and move it by hand. Sometimes that's the easiest thing to do. But I think we're going to play with jogging this thing around with these software controls in order to get it where I want it. That'll give me some exposure to these controls, and just to make sure that everything's talking right. For some reason that went a lot deeper than what I thought it would. So I wanted to check it out. Might have been just an illusion. I think it was just an illusion. And no worries. We'll start again. Okay, so it took 7 minutes and 27 seconds to complete that job. Overall, I think it did pretty good. Had a few surprises when doing this carve out here. I thought it was going to follow that contour, and it didn't. It instead drilled out individual corners here, which in this case is fine. I'm not quite sure I understand why it did that. Overall, I think it did pretty good. So I'm going to take this off and assess it, and probably change the feed rate and make sure that it is what I think it should be, and if so, I will cut some wood. So one of the advantages of running a test piece that's forgiving like cardboard is that even though you might have some mistakes in your design, or you know, here that I stopped it and messed the piece up a little bit, is you know, I was going to throw this away anyway, and when I was sizing or checking out the relay to see how it fits into this routed out profiled section here, one of the things I neglected to make clearance for is this wire. And it's just a little it's got a little strain relief here that's got a little nub that sticks out there, and if this would have been wood, I don't think I would have been able to put it in there to see if it would work, but because the fit's so tight. I probably don't need it that tight. I think I can expand the fit on that. I'm going to have 4 locations for mounting anyway. Yeah, matter of fact, if this was wood, I probably wouldn't have been able to stick it in there and see if my mounting points were good. So I'm glad I did this in cardboard first. It was free and it made a quick job of it. I was also able to cut it faster. I'll probably cut the feed rate in half on our wood design here, and I'll make a little clearance here for this, because the piece fits really well. I think I could widen here and here, give it relief here or that, and we'll be in business. So we're ready to cut some wood now. What I've done is I went back and modified the design to have a feed rate which is slower, and to put in a little notch here where the servo wires need clearance to go through the wood. And actually cut out another cardboard piece, and in doing so I realized that the cut depth that I had with the new relief for the cables was too deep, and it kept going and going and going. So I hit the red button and backed out of it. And then on further investigations, I actually had it on the wrong end of the cutout here. So we got all that straightened out, and I would have noticed that if I would have looked at the G-code file, but I neglected to do that. So we've got it properly done. At the right side, right depth, we should be all ready to go. I mounted some stock inside the machine. I just used the, that one seems kind of loose, some washers to press it down, and I think I ran out of threads there on that one. Take that out. Need a slightly longer screw for that. probably still good with 3 of them there. Anyway, it's good. I checked that. Didn't want to rattle that loose and have it ended up in my blade or anything like that. Anyway, we should be able to cut here shortly. One of the things I still have to do is look at it. Look at the margin here and here, get a 1/2 inch, and that will give me my starting point, because I gave a 1/2 inch margin on each side because I knew I'd probably want to clamp it eventually. At first I had the piece of wood in here with tape, and it just wiggled too much. It was almost imperceptible, but you could still see it. So the 3 washers making a clamp, I think, is really going to work well. Sometime in the future I could see a hold down system that had an array of holes that you could use to maybe put in a T-nut, and that would receive a bolt and do something similar to this. As long as you've got enough margin or around the stock, I think it'd be a good thing to have. So with that, I think I will go get something to mark that with, just a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. That'll be 0, and we will get started here. Okay, I think I've got it. I've been through several cuts here. This one was cut twice because I messed up one time. Actually messed up several times, but on this one it was just once. This one was a good run. I had a few things go on with it that I need to look into. These holes here are oblong in the X direction. I think that's because we have backlash in the Y direction. So anyway, I'll have to look into that. I had to make this opening bigger for the servo on this next one, and still needed more room down here for the cables, so hopefully the design will solve all that and have a good piece. Here we go.